God's plan for your life is that you would be ready when Jesus comes. God's plan for your life, beloved, is that you would understand the signs of the times and that you would make the necessary preparations in your soul and in your life to be ready when Jesus comes. God's plan for your life is not that you wait in idle expectancy in His coming or for His coming, but according to Matthew chapter 24 verse 42 onwards, it says, "Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come. But know this, that if the goodman of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh." So the plan for your life where God is concerned is that you would live in a state of readiness and not in a state of idle expectancy for Jesus to come. What is the difference? In the state of readiness means that you are actively utilizing the gifts that God has given you as you live your daily life while waiting for Jesus to come. The state of idle expectancy is you suspending the use of your gifts, is you suspending necessary actions, waiting for Christ to come while looking up in the air. This is why Jesus says in verse 45, "Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household to give them meat in due season? Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing." So Jesus expects that when he cometh, he should have found you utilizing the gifts that he has given you that were calculated to draw you into a closer relationship with him. Those gifts that were calculated to serve your fellow man and to reveal the love of God to your fellow man through the gifts that he has entrusted to you. Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Verily I say unto you, that he shall make him ruler over all his goods. In Matthew chapter 24, Jesus explains clearly the signs of the times to the disciples. He tells them what is going to happen before he returns to the earth. In Matthew chapter 25, Jesus reveals to us through the parables that follow after the description of the signs of the time, the necessity of being ready for the fulfillment of the prophecies connected with his coming. And so Jesus emphasizes in Matthew chapter 25 our necessity as wise virgins to be ready to have that oil in our lamps and that oil in our vessels. Then Jesus goes on to further explain the necessity of being ready and further explain our personal responsibility to be ready by going into the parable of the talents. And the parable of the talents reveals, they illustrate to us what God expects us to do, to be, while we are waiting for the coming of Jesus Christ to this earth. And Matthew chapter 24 verse 46 prefaces perfectly the necessity of our personal preparation by saying, "Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing." There is a blessing from God upon your life when you utilize the gifts and the talents that God has given you. What does God expect you to do? What is his plan for your life as you wait for the coming of Jesus Christ? Beloved, the plan of God for your life as you wait for Jesus Christ to come is that you utilize your gifts and your talents, and that Jesus would come finding you operating operating within your gift, finding you valuing your gift, finding you remaining in your gift, remaining in your calling. Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. And there is a reward for you for doing what you are supposed to do, maintaining your post of duty, maintaining the position that God has placed you in, and maintaining your gift. And Jesus says, verily I say unto you, that he shall make him ruler over all his goods. And if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and to eat and drink with the drunken. When that servant operates outside of his gifts and calling, he becomes oppressive. He becomes an oppressor. And what happens to us? When we do not operate within our gifts, we lose sight of the purpose of our gifts in the first place, to make us ready, to keep us ready for the coming of Christ, and to fulfill our life's purpose and destiny. This is important, beloved. There is a blessing for you when Christ finds that you are operating within your gift. Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. My prayer is that God will find you operating within your gifts that he has given you, and maintaining your gifts, and valuing your gifts, and using what he has given you, not to oppress others, but to bless others. This is the Word of Life with Andre Knight.